the opening round of the Dodgers v. Padres, and I could not be more hyped. I can't remember the last time I was this fired up for an April series ever. And having it over this weekend is the best thing ever because it's different now. The rivalry is different now because it is a rivalry now. And it's got the potential to be the start of a great rivalry for years to come. This is the rivalry of 2021 and the future. Like, if you want to come at me with the Red Sox, Yankees, I'm going to say that's played. I mean, honestly, that's played out. It's a great rivalry, of course, but everybody is pretty well sick of it by now. That was your old man's rivalry. We need something fresh. We need something new. Cards, or Cards Cubs? Yeah, it's aight. It's aight. It's all right. Solid enough. Same with the Cubs and Brewers. Like, these teams will always hate each other's guts. This, though, is different. This is different because this is Big Brother and Little Brother. And Big Brother has been kicking Little Brother's ass for years. But Little Brother found his way to the gym. Little Brother is loading up on creatine. He's getting bigger. He's getting stronger. He's getting more confident. He's got swagger now. Big Brother sweeps Little Brother in the postseason last year and wins the World Series. But Little Bro goes out and adds two big-time arms to the rotation and signs their star to a massive contract. So now we have ourselves a legitimate rivalry. Legitimacy on both sides. Do you remember what happened in the postseason? There was this amazing moment from Game 2. Remember, L.A. had a one-run lead. They had two outs. San Diego had a man on base. Brusdar Graterol comes out of the bullpen to face Fernando Tatis Jr. Remember what happened then? Like, that moment had absolutely everything. Tatis Jr. hits a bomb. Bellinger makes an amazing play. Graterol gets fired up and fires his hat towards the moon. Manny Machado wanted a piece of him. It was all so good and so electric. And now you're telling me that we can run that back 19 times in the regular season and hopefully a bunch more in the postseason. Hell yes. Big Brother has what Little Brother wants. Big Brother is not looking to give it up without a fister. And we all remember the time that Little Brother ultimately rises up and kicks Big Brother's ass for the first time. We all know what that's like, right? Well, if you have a brother, if you have an older brother, or if you are an older brother. I think Justin Turner said it best. He said back in spring training, quote, "We're going to get 19 World Series games this year." End of quote. Extremely well said, Red. So why don't we really quickly introduce the fighters? In the blue corner, with a record of 11-2, including 6 straight wins, the reigning World Series champions with the bling on their hand, please welcome the LA Dodgers. And over there in the brown corner, hailing from the Gaslamp District, they enter tonight with a record of 9-5. They're also known as the Friars and Slam Diego. Please welcome the San Diego Padres. Given how last year went and how the postseason went, this would be a great series no matter what. But it's even better now for so many reasons. First off, you've got the fact that the Dodgers have their rotation lined up perfectly. Walker Buehler going tonight. Clayton Kershaw tomorrow. Trevor Bauer on Sunday? Is that any good? Is that a 3-man stretch that maybe you might be interested in? And it's not like the Padres are throwing out a bunch of scrubs and ham and eggers either. They've got Ryan Weathers and an ERA of 1.5. Then you have Yu Darvish tomorrow. Then you've got Blake Snell for the finale. And that's not bad. In fact, that's great. That is awesome. That's why they brought in Darvish and Snell for a series like this, the one you play in April, and then the ones you play again in October. You've got Yu Darvish, the former Dodger, pitching against the Dodgers. Darvish and Kershaw, buddies back in 2017, but he said that he has not heard from Kershaw since he arrived in San Diego. I love that, man. Like, Kirsch is such a good dude, and he won't even talk to his dude now that he's on the other side. He gets it, though. Quote, the Padres and the Dodgers being rival teams. That's the reason. And then you got Blake Snell, right? Snell, who had the Dodgers under wraps in the elimination game of the World Series until he himself got eliminated. And then, always in the middle of all this, you've got Trevor Bauer. Bauer going up against Manny Machado, and that's a matchup that Machado has dominated. A batting average of nearly 600 in 17 at-bats, including 4 home runs. I mean, we're talking about that guy doing that to a Cy Younger. How much does Machado frustrate Bauer? 9 months ago, a video was posted to YouTube with the title, Manny Machado owns Trevor Bauer's fastball. The video itself was 18 minutes long, and the video was posted by Trevor Bauer. And he admitted, Manny, quote, has my number. And we're not done yet. Then you've got Mookie Betts, who ate up Blake Snell. So much in the AL East that Snell thanked the Red Sox when they traded him to L.A. And the matchup gets even better because Fernando Tatis Jr. took BP yesterday. And by all accounts, everything looked great, which is great because that means he might be in the lineup tonight, and that'd be awesome. Any day you have Tatis Jr. in the lineup is a good day. And when that day is the opener of a series against the Dodgers, a weekend series, and on the night when the Padres are giving away Friar sticks, man, that's as good as it gets. So what are the stakes? For an April series, they could not be any bigger. This is definitely important. Like, maybe no such thing as a must-win series in April, but for the Padres, they have to show up. It's a must show up for the Padres. They cannot let the Dodgers punch them in the face, roll right through them, and then have LA's taillights only get further away from them in the standings. In other words, you don't want to come out of the weekend 5.5 back before April's even over. And if the Padres do show up and they show out and they win that series, it is a big-time statement, especially given the fact they're coming back from the East Coast and they're getting Tatis back from injury. If they sweep the series and they do it against the LA's Big Three, that is a major statement. But if LA goes into San Diego and they win the series, that's a statement too. Statement being, Big Bro is still kicking your ass. Still bigger, still better, and you still can't touch us. It's going to be good, man. It's going to be so good. Dodgers v. Padres. Here's hoping that this fight resembles Ali Frazier and not Tyson v. Spinks. Because this series has not mattered since the 70s. Way back in the 70s when I was interviewing Buddy Black as a middle schooler. What I'm saying to you, and especially what I'm saying to you if you are south of me, Otay Mesa, Chula Vista, don't make me drag your ass in here to react to me. Spring Valley, Lemon Grove, Poway, Pacific Beach, Ocean Beach, all the beaches, Tijuana Beach, get your asses up in here. It may not be for all of the marbles, but it's for a marble. Get in here. Hey, listen, I'm going to home and I'm going to honk my West Coast roots every freaking chance I can. And you know where I'm sitting? I am sitting dead center between LA and San Diego. I am right in the middle of that brawl. And it starts this weekend. I know it's big. I know it's big because even Janet Rome hit me with Dodgers Padres this weekend. You know, she didn't hit me with Jake Paul, Ben Askren this weekend, but she did hit me with Dodgers Padres. It's big. Hey, Padre fan, how you feeling? And here come the Dodger Jim tweets. Hey, I didn't take a side. I laid it out. What I said to you was, it is now a legitimate rivalry. Just because two teams hate each other and their fans hate each other does not make for a rivalry. That's really important to note. Just because you hate the other guy does not mean you're rivals. It means you hate the other guy. It's not a rivalry if that guy's kicking your ass up and down the street for decades. Except the Padres are here, and it feels good. Can't wait.